Our session today is entitled Your Decisions Determine Your Destiny. Everyone say that with me. Your decisions determine your destiny. Okay, your decisions determine your destiny. Now, I'm sure a lot of you have been in some of the seminars I've done before, and it's my usual practice that we start at the beginning, and the beginning is always the definition, defining the words that we are using, okay? These are often words that we use a lot, but it's always good to get a working definition behind us so we know where we're going, okay? So, definition. First one is decision. The word decision, it means a process in which a conclusion or resolution is reached after consideration. And the act of or need for making up one's mind. Okay? And now destiny, and we'll go into this a bit further on as we go. Destiny, the events that will necessarily happen to a person or thing in the future. Also, the predetermined, usually inevitable or irresistible course of events. So now I've given you that definition. I'm not going to be doing all the talking today, as much as I love to talk, but not today. So, what then is meant by the term decisions determine your destiny? And I'm asking you, what do we mean by that term? We've defined both the words, but what do we think we're saying as a whole? Decisions determine your destiny. Any ideas? Talk to me. A choice, okay. Thank you. Someone else? Decisions determine your destiny. What does that phrase mean?
How we decide to live.
How we decide to live, yeah.
Final result.
A final result, yeah.
The outcome.
The outcome?
Yes, because sometimes the outcome can be detrimental, it can also be excellent.
Right, okay, so the outcome, negative or positive, yeah. Anything else? Decisions determine your destiny. What does that mean?
The options you take
Mm-hmm.
can lead you to the right path or the wrong path.
Yeah, so the options you take can either lead you to the right path or the wrong path. Thank you.
It's an example for myself. I remember when I was a little girl and I heard the first time I visited an Apostolic church, and I remember seeing some young kids like my age, and in the Holy Spirit, I didn't know what that was, but then there and then I decided that's what I want.
Right.
So I did the thing, that was my decision then, and this is where I'm at 50 odd years later on.
Right, okay, so your decision then, based on what you saw, determines your destiny where you are now. Okay, yeah. Anyone else?
So the outcome of the situation is dependent on the choice.
Yeah, so the outcome is dependent on the choice. Yeah. Anyone else? Did I say that? Go ahead. Oh,
I'm still thinking.
you're still thinking. All right.
I'm going to say, Sister Kim,
Yeah.
choice, there's a penalty.
Okay, so a choice can also bring a penalty. Okay, yes. Any more? Consequences, I heard someone say, yes. All right, so we're talking about the decisions determine your destiny. So the decision is what you choose to do. Yeah? Destiny now, and I'm not necessarily looking at it from a spiritual or God context yet, but destiny just talks about inevitable events in life that lead you to a particular place. So now, when we say decisions determine your destiny, what you do will determine where you end up. That's it in a nutshell. Yeah? What you decide to do, the choices you make, the options you have at your disposal will tell you where you're going to end up. It will take you on a journey. So what you do today will ultimately have an effect of what happens tomorrow. Can we all agree with that? Yes. Say yes, Mink. Oh, by the way, Mink, that's me, Minister K. Just abbreviated, okay? Just so you know. All right, so next slide. Next slide, please. Thank you. So, in this lesson, we're dealing with Ruth and Naomi, yeah? Our overall theme is there's no going back. Right. So, this is a decision list based on everything that happened, the decisions that were made in the book of Ruth, from chapter 1 right through to 4. So, I'm going to read through them, and I want you to pay attention, because I'm going to ask you a question towards the end. Okay, so pay close attention to the decisions that were made. 1. Elimelech and his family moved to Moab. Okay, Ruth 1:1. Mahlon and Chilion marry Moabite woman, Orpah and Ruth. Naomi decides to move back to Bethlehem, Judah, and they all leave. Now, the all is in capitals because oftentimes when we speak of the story, we make it sound like Orpah just got up and left. She didn't, okay? They all left. Orpah, Ruth, and Naomi, they all left. And then it's not until later on that Orpah leaves. Okay, so she didn't just get up and leave and say, bye, I'm off. Okay, it happened a bit later on. Okay, 4th one. Naomi tries to convince her daughters-in-law to go back to their families and their previous lifestyles. Next. So, Orpah leaves after the second attempt of Naomi to persuade her to go home. So Orpah didn't leave just off the cuff. They all left together, and on her second trying to persuade her to go, that's when Orpah decided that, okay, you've convinced me, I'm going to leave. So they both decided that they were staying, but on the second attempt now, that's when Orpah said, all right, fine, I'll go. All right? Next one, Ruth refuses to leave and stays with Naomi. Then, Naomi laments over her situation. Ruth decides to go to work unknowingly in the field of Boaz, and that's in Ruth 2:2-3. Next. Boaz grants Ruth a work permit. Okay, Ruth 2:8. Boaz favors and blesses Ruth. Naomi imparts wisdom and instruction to Ruth on how to be a good employee and how to get her kinsman redemption. Okay? The next one is Ruth obeys Naomi. Next. Boaz pronounces a blessing upon Ruth and conditionally agrees to be her kinsman redeemer. Now I say conditionally because why do I say conditionally? There was one closer. Yeah, there was another kinsman redeemer who was closer than Boaz. So he said provisionally, okay, I'll do it as long as the one who's closest doesn't want to do it. Okay? So he conditionally agrees in Ruth 3. And then Boaz facilitates the change of ownership and kinsman redeemer covenant in a traditional ceremony. This is, taking off the left shoe and all of that kind of stuff. Okay? Then, last thing, Boaz and Ruth get married and have their son, Obed. Okay? Next. So, now we've tracked the decisions in this lesson. What would you say were the most important and life-changing decisions? So after that long list I just gave you of all the decisions that happened in the book of Ruth, what would you say were the most important and life-changing decisions? Talk to me. Ruth decided to go. Who agrees with that? Okay. Anyone else? What other decisions were made that you think, yeah, that was an important decision, that was a life-changing decision from the list that I just gave you? Ruth's obedience to Naomi, okay. Anything else? So Naomi asking if they want to stay or go. Okay? What else? What would you say is the most important and life-changing decision in the list?
Naomi decided to go back home despite what we've been waiting there.
Right. So Naomi making a decision to leave Moab and go back to Bethlehem. Okay?
All of the decisions are essential. No matter how small or little, they're all decisions.
Right.
They're all vital to
Okay. So, as Sister Kemi said, there's no one decision that was most important or most life-changing. They were all important and all life-changing. Because one decision will lead you to another one. But you can't take one out of the mix because the story wouldn't end the same way. Look at your life and look at crucial moments that have happened in your life. Had it not have gone like that and had something else had happened, this story of your life would be completely different. For example, a lot of us come from the Caribbean islands, Africa, etc. Now, had we not have come, or our parents had not have come, our life would be very different. We wouldn't be sat here in rainy northwest London, for a start. Okay? So it would be a very different story. So every decision that we have made in our life has led us to where we are right now. Every one of them is important. Even the things that you think were minor are not that minor. Because all of these decisions link one to another. Which is why life is the rich tapestry that it is. This is why the book of Ruth and all the books of the Bible are very colourful, because they're based